Hello, everybody. My name is Maurice Hutchinson. This is the Module 6 assignment in the Advanced Addiction Psychology Skills class. Today is February 15, 2018. Hello, everybody. I'm going to be discussing about the Module 6 assignment regarding the video response counseling role play. Basically, my name is Maurice Hutchinson. The lady who I interviewed is Miss D. I use that for confidential purposes. Give you a little bit of background about her. She came to visit me regarding her wine cooler addiction. A little bit of background about her. She's in her mid 50s. She has two older children. We work for the same company. Um, Very polite, very energetic. If I need help with something, she's there. Vice versa. Um, and due to the unseen circumstances, she had a family emergency, so she will not be in this video in the videos to come. But I did get a chance to speak with her about it before she left on her family emergency beforehand. She basically, told me that she drunk wine coolers all the time. So basically, what I did was I welcomed her in. Welcomed her, make her felt comfortable. Um, as far as break the ice. Letting her know that I'll be her therapist to help her get through this situation. And basically, what I used was the client center approach by Albert Adler, and then I did the motivation interviewing techniques that we've been using in the earlier modules. I introduced myself to her about me being a therapist, and answer any questions and concerns she has. I also ensure that she knew that it's going to be a process to overcome the wine cooler addiction that she's been having for a long time. Because as we began to start the session, she began to tell me about how her job, where she works as well as I work, is stressful, and that she uses wine coolers to help with the void, how she's been feeling. And then she has people that she's around that do not appreciate her as well, and she's always the one that have to buy the alcohol. Okay, so basically in this session, I'm going to be talking about, this is the first session that I had with Miss D, regarding her wine cooler addiction. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about, basically, I asked her some questions, to break the ice. For example, I asked, "How are you today?" She said, I'm all right." I asked, "What brings you in the office?" Like I mentioned, she said she wants to quit drinking alcohol, and she's tired of the foolishness that comes with it. I told her I'm glad that she came in my office for her problem. I told her I was glad that she was courageous and bold and brave enough to come to me about her addiction and her problem. And I let her know also that the conversation that we have is strictly confidential. No one else will know about this, or what have you. And she was happy. She was like, "Woo, it's a great relief. I'm so glad I was able to talk to you. I never felt this much comfortable of talking about my problems to no one else." I told her I was honored that she trusts me enough to help me with her situation. That we would take this step process day by day, on her road to recovery. She asked me how long it's going to take. My response to her question was, it's a day by day process, and that I'm here to encourage and empower and engage you to help you overcome your addiction. And then we began to have the conversation. She was saying thank you for wanting to help me. I told her she's more than welcome. I asked her, "May I ask you a few questions?" She said, "You can." I asked her, one of the questions I asked her was, "Why did you want to stop drinking alcohol?" She said she got tired of feeling depressed and guilty of drinking alcohol. Also, she said that she was tired of spending too much money on buying alcohol, and that she has friends, as I mentioned before, that wants her to buy the alcohol. Now, that was a concern for me. Usually people who drink or whatever the case may be. Some people buy their own, or they go half and half. I mean, I'm not a drinker, but from what I saw when I was growing up as a kid, of course, those days are gone, long gone. And I told her I respect her decision as to why she wants to stop drinking. And I told her, if you're the one that's buying all the alcohol all the time for your friends, I recommended she will begin to be around people who do not drink alcohol. That you can develop, cordial friendships with people like that. And then also she can do things to occupy her time. So if she wants to have fun, instead of using the wine coolers to have quote unquote fun, she can begin to go, whether it's at a park or go to the gym or go to an amusement park. I personally like Dave and Buster's. She laughed. Because that's a place where you can play arcade, you can have nachos, you can have something to eat. You can have healthy fun without having to drink wine coolers. And she said that it was a great idea, that she would have never thought about it. She thanked me for the advice. I told her, again, you're more than welcome. This is a great start for your first step of recovery. And I asked her if I could ask her another question. She said, yes, you can. She said she really liked the session. That's how it's going. I asked her, how many wine coolers do you drink a day? She responds, she says about 8. And I asked her, why do you drink 8, a day? And again, she said she feels stressed out at work, but then she also felt like she was not getting support from people, because she explained to me how she helped a lot of people, and then it seems like she's the one that's being burned out or the short end of the stick. And I told her, thank you for letting me know about how, what's going on, and that you were bold enough to tell me. But I gave her some healthy recommendations that she can do as stress relievers versus the, drinking the wine coolers 8 a day. I recommended that she begin to take hot baths. And I asked her, do you like to take hot baths with, nice scented aromatherapy candles? She said, yes. She said she loved taking baths. She loved smelling scented candles. It helps relax her to rejuvenate herself. So I said, okay, great. But then I also gave her another goal. Instead of you drinking 8 wine coolers a day, try reducing it to 4 wine coolers a day. She said she thinks she can do it, because she said wine coolers are getting expensive. And I said, well, I can understand that, because alcohol is expensive than it was a long time ago. And I told her, I told her that she can do it, that I admire her willpower to do it. And basically I asked her, this is pretty much I told her this is the end of the first session. Do you have any questions? She said, no, sir. She's starting to feel better. So that was a great session I had with her. But based on the video session, the client-centered approach was used and the motivational interviewing was used. These techniques will allow me to develop a trusted professional relationship with the client and myself. I was engaging her the importance of having healthier friends that will love you, will support you regardless of who you are, without having to have alcohol as a friend. Because even though she did so much for these people, but I was encouraging her that her getting new friends will be the best thing for her to do. And basically, lastly, I wanted to accomplish, help her overcome her addiction by eliminating the wine coolers. Like I said, reducing to 4 and eventually down to 0. Begin to develop healthy relationships with others. Helping her to build her self-image and her self-efficacy. So that way she can begin to be more confident. And as she begins to get more confident of reducing her amount of alcohol, I believe that she'll begin to reduce the wine coolers down to 0. And then she'll begin to, as taking those baths as an outlet for the stress and doing that more often, she would less drink the wine coolers. And the positive counseling aspects of this therapy, again, having effective communication with her and developing the client therapist relationship so where she can discuss any of her issues, being a listening ear, not over talking her while she's talking, and to provide a realistic goal with motivational interviewing skills to help reduce her alcohol, like I mentioned before. And by doing so, all of these things are going to help her overcome it. I believe that she can do it. Um, and she's a great person. So we're going to have the next session is going to be in the next module 7. That's going to discuss the second session using the Alfred Adler approach. Okay, my name is Maurice. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night, everyone, and God bless.